Do you feel like you've shut down your voice? Maybe you've realized you've suppressed your voice most of your life. Or maybe something happened along the way that caused you to bury it, to close it off, to lock it up and throw away the key. And now you're wanting to work on opening it up again. But it feels trapped. You're wanting to feel free again with your singing voice. But right now, it's feeling more like it's just stuck inside of you. And if you're holding back here in your singing voice, then chances are that you're holding back in other areas of your life. Your expression, your creativity. So today we're going to touch on vocal technique, but really it goes so much deeper than this. In opening up your singing voice, you're opening up your heart. You're opening up your expression as a whole. So I'll be walking you through one simple 3-step singing practice that will not only help you open up your singing voice and improve your tone quality and create more resonance in your sound, but it will also help you to open up your ability to express what's in your heart and to get more comfortable with being vulnerable, which is essential to singing with feeling and sharing your voice with others. Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. I'm Lainey Prendeville Crawford, holistic voice coach, singer, song weaver. I believe the song in your heart holds medicine for yourself and for the world. And yet too often, something happens along the way. We shut down our voice and our song goes unsung. Whether you stopped singing years ago or have always harbored an unrealized dream to start, if you're ready to finally give voice to those unsung songs in your heart, then take my hand as I guide you to free yourself from the inner critic, reignite your creativity, find your courage, sing with confidence, and reawaken those dormant parts of yourself aching for a revival. So dust off your songbooks, tune up your guitar, bust out your singing bowls, your shakers, your drum. Actually, all you really need is your voice, your breath, open ears, and an open heart. Let's play. Shutting down or closing off your voice can show up physically. Now, this can either result in a quiet, timid sound where you're afraid to really go for it, so you keep yourself quiet and small. Or it can also show up as tension in the body and in the voice, where you may be trying to project your sound. Maybe you're not being shy about it. You're going for it. But the physical body is holding you back. It's holding in your sound, like it's trying to protect you or to keep it all inside. So it ends up sounding more like pushing, striving, trying, efforting your way to a big sound. But that's not how we get the big sound. That's not how we get the open, resonant, ringing sound. We actually do it by letting go. We get that beautiful sound ringing through our singing voice by opening up and surrendering. So for those who have done some form of vocal training, whether you've taken lessons or worked with a vocal coach, sang in a choir, this episode and this practice I'll be walking you through will be a great reminder for you. It's even something I come back to again and again. And for those of you who haven't had any formal training, this is such a small thing, such a simple practice that can make such a huge difference. So I'm going to walk you through it step by step, and then you'll be able to easily incorporate this into your singing practice or add it to your toolkit and give it a try. Watch and see the difference that it makes in your singing. So I have 3 steps for you. Starting with number 1. Step 1. Find a mirror. Standing is best. So a full-length mirror is best, but if you don't have access to a full-length mirror, find one that's at eye level and practice singing in front of the mirror. Now, this can be warm-up exercises. It can be a song you're working on, but open up and sing and look into the mirror. Now, at first, just observe. Notice any thoughts that arise, any discomfort in observing yourself. But also do a full body scan and look for any tension. Watch the movement in your body and in your face as you're singing. Notice your mouth. Watch as it opens and closes and notice the space it creates. In this phase, you're really just taking it all in. You're observing, you're noticing. And then is the time for release. So wherever you saw that tension, we want to let go and release. So a really simple thing you can do is a stretch where you're standing hip width apart, shoulders open, chin parallel to the floor, just an open, gentle, relaxed stance, but lifted and strong, rooted into the ground. Now sweep both hands to your sides, up above your head, taking a nice deep breath as you do that through the nose. And as you release and exhale, you bring your hands together and stretch to the left, opening up the right side body, stretching to the right, opening up the left side body. Breathing as you do this intuitively. And now stretching to the back, kind of arching that back very gently. And now releasing the hands down to your sides, kind of doing a swan dive down, bringing the head down, hanging to the ground. So you're kind of folded in half. I know I'm moving as I do this, so I'll try to keep my mouth by the microphone. But folded in half, you're hanging like a rag doll. Now vertebra by vertebra, gently rolling up from the bottom of your spine, vertebra by vertebra, one at a time. And the head is the last to come up. Now rolling the shoulders back, lifting the sternum, finding that neutral position of the jaw, the chin. Taking a deep breath and opening through the heart space. So you're really just resetting your alignment and your posture and your grounding into the earth. Okay, that brings us to number 2, step 2. Drop your jaw. Open up. Look at the space you've created with your oral cavity, with your mouth. Now, this is something to notice in step 1. Like, notice where your jaw is. Notice how much space you have in the mouth, how open it is. And then in step 2, you want to open it up. So first you're noticing where it naturally is. And then step 2, drop your jaw. Open up. This is something that my choir director in high school would say over and over and over again. Because we needed that reminder over and over again. And I've seen this in the work that I've done over the decades, over and over again. And it seems so simple, right? Open up, open your mouth, drop your jaw. But it makes such a huge difference in your resonance, in your tone quality, in your ability to open up the top of your range and access those high notes, and also your ability to access those low notes, to open up and get into that depth, that richness. So in dropping your jaw and opening up, physically opening your mouth, it's opening up your whole range, because now you have this spaciousness. Now you have the space that your sound needs to resonate. So opening up, dropping the jaw, letting it hang. Now yawn to lift the soft palate. In the back of the throat, the top. You're yawning and lifting that soft palate. Look at how much more space that creates. Now you're relaxing the tongue, letting it kind of just rest on the bottom jaw. So, looking into the mirror, you may look and say, wow, I'm looking a little bit kooky here. You've got that openness. Now relax the whole thing. Okay? So this comes back to that surrender and allowing. So yes, we create this beautiful space by dropping the jaw and lifting the soft palate and relaxing the tongue. But overall, we're relaxing into it while maintaining the space. And it's more open space than you think. That's why we need to watch in the mirror. If you're not looking in the mirror, you will open and think you're so open, but really your mouth is still quite closed. And that's going to close off your sound. That's going to shrink your sound. You won't get that beautiful, ringing, pure resonance and the full potential of the full power of your voice. So look in the mirror, open it up. And as you practice, you'll get more comfortable with it. And you can relax into it more and more. But in general, just remember, more space. It's more space than what you think. So keep checking in with that mirror and watching. Okay, number 3. Step 3. Now try singing again. You can start with a simple ah. This can be on any pitch, but make it comfortable, somewhere in that mid-range. Just a nice open ah. And you can start with a single note. You can expand that into a melody. You can improvise a melody. Or if you were working on a song in that step 1 where you just observed yourself singing in front of the mirror, you can use part of that song, but singing it on ah. So just keep that nice open space with the ah while singing the melody of the song. And then try other vowels while maintaining that open space. So it's really just gradual shifts of the tongue and the mouth shape where you're still very relaxed, but you're just gently shaping the lips and the tongue to create an O or an oo. Maintaining the space internally, but just shaping it with the lips and the tongue, and gently, you may gently open and close a little bit, but keep that open space and stay relaxed as you play with these different vowel sounds. And you go back to the song that you initially were singing or the warm-ups you were initially doing, and now sing through with that open space. And if you were doing a song with lyrics, try to sing it only on the vowels one time through, which can, sometimes it makes you think a little bit like, wow. Moving from A and ah and O and oo, depending on the word you're singing, but just taking out the consonants. Try it. See how that feels. But then the next time you're adding the consonants back in and you're singing through and maintaining that space. So whatever you choose to do here in this step, whether it's just playing on the ah vowel or you start to move into other vowels, other shapes, or you're trying to create your own melody, or, practicing that melody of that song you were doing, just on vowels, then adding in the consonants. Whatever you end up doing here, the key is to maintain that open space. So as you're doing this, do that full body scan again. Notice where any tension is showing up. Notice where you may be holding your body in a certain way, scrunching the shoulders, locking the jaw, moving your arms in a rigid way. However it shows up for you, notice where that tension arises and then release. Notice and release. You may have to move and shake a little bit just to wiggle it out. But when you notice it, just let go, surrender, release. Always maintaining that open space and the curiosity of observing, being gentle with yourself as you see the tension or you see yourself closing off again. Just notice and open again. Notice and release. This practice helps you with awareness. So you begin to physically see how it shows up in your singing voice. That inclination to shut down, to close off, to hide, to shrink yourself and make yourself small. What we're doing here is we are bringing awareness to that in a very physical way. We're seeing it manifest in our body, in our voice. We're hearing it too, because you can hear that tension. You can hear that quiet, shy, timid sound, and you can see how that shows up in the body. So we're bringing awareness to it here. So I'll just reiterate those steps once more. Step 1, find a mirror, sing in front of it, and just observe. Notice where tension arises. Notice how closed off your mouth may be. Just let it be what it naturally is in step 1. And then do a little stretching and realignment to release any tension that you feel. And step 2, drop your jaw, open up, create more space internally. Step 3, try singing again. You can sing on vowels. You can then gradually add in consonants if you're singing the lyrics to a song, or just improvise on vowels. This is for you to play with and follow your intuition on this. And as you do this, relax into it, release any tension that shows up, and most of all, maintain that open space. Now, something I really want to highlight here that you may have noticed in your observation is that there's a certain level of vulnerability in watching yourself singing, in opening up your mouth. And this is another awareness to just notice and observe. Notice how vulnerable you feel looking at yourself in the mirror, whether you're looking into your eyes or looking into your open mouth or looking at your body and how it moves as you sing. This is a vulnerable act. And getting comfortable with this by yourself, just you and the mirror and your voice, this will help you in allowing others to watch you, allowing yourself to be seen and heard. This helps you get vulnerable with opening up on stage, opening your heart, opening up in front of a camera or behind a microphone. This is a practice in not only awareness, but also a practice in vulnerability. Because as we open up our singing voice, we're opening up our heart. We are laying bare all that lives within us as we express it through our voice. So be gentle on yourself as you do this practice and give it a try. Do it several times to get a feel for it, because maybe that first time it'll feel really weird, or maybe you've done this before and just need to come back to it. But notice any changes that happen as you practice it, repeat it, do it several times. Notice how your comfort level expands. And as you expand your comfort with opening up to yourself and creating more spaciousness and allowing and surrendering and releasing again and again, you'll naturally begin to open your heart, to relax into your sound, and to create more space within your mind, within your body, and within your spirit. And that space creates the possibility for more resonance to fill you up and release it into the room and into the space, into your music, and into other areas of your life. I pray that this practice will help you not only to open your singing voice, but also to get more comfortable opening your heart and sharing it, not only with yourself, but with others. Sending you so much love. Hey friend, thank you so much for listening. If this episode unlocked something in you or moved you in some way, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're streaming this, and share this episode with a friend who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until we meet again, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.